Hearing an inspector say, "You done found a little spring there, didn't you?" is not really what you want to hear. But we got a plan. We'll take care of it.
Seems like we have two little springs. One comes out right there, and one comes out back over here. So we got to get that water out of here, get this dried up, clean out the mud, pack in some gravel, and we should be ready to go.
Indiana Joan here. Yeah, we're not done with the footers yet. We just did the lower ones, which were the easier ones. If you got a backhoe, they're easier. And so now we're doing the upper ones. And these are a little more complex because this is where the water's seeping in, and we've got to make sure we've got good drainage. Today, we're digging. We're digging down in the mud, trying to create a trench to keep that water draining. And so Kurt already dug the trench. I'm cleaning it out today with my new tool called the ADZ, A-D-Z. It works pretty slick. It digs in the trench, gets into that hard clay, and it works like a shovel. The mud, however, behaves a little bit like my father-in-law would have called the Hershey squirts. Just saying. There are a few things that I get pretty excited about. This behind me is one of them. I can drink all the coffee I want now. It's going to be a good day, good week, good project.
On this foundation, we're using a product called formadrain. On a normal sort of basement like I've been used to, you would form this footer with wood, and then when you got done, you would strip the wood. After the concrete was set, you would strip the wood off and use it on the next project. In this one, we're using a product called formadrain, which has perforated on one side and non-perforated on the other side. The non-perforated goes against the concrete, and the perforated goes out against the dirt. And so it allows water to go into that drain. It's all perfectly level because we set it with a laser, and then it will drain out into the lake. And so by doing it in this way, you don't have to put in a French drain or something like that. It's a little more expensive, but this product stays there for good. Once we put it in, it's there for good. So we just put screws in it, screw it to the stakes, and they have different spacers here. So then the rebar will actually get tied right to the spacers. So it makes it kind of slick.
Quality control. Somebody wasn't doing their job. This is how formadrain's supposed to look. See that light? Oh, this is heavy. Where's the light? There's no holes. Can't use this stuff. Kurt's using today is a compactor. We just brought in a whole bunch of gravel, and now we've got to get it compacted tight before we pour the concrete. So it's kind of like a lawnmower that smashes the rocks as you go. Indiana Joan. Yeah, we're spending a lot of time trying to get things leveled out and ready for the concrete that's coming tomorrow. So we got to get it done today between Kurt and I. So Kurt's using this little gadget you can see behind me, just a board with 3 stakes on it. But the point of it is it fits inside the forms for our footers, which is the rock that you build the house on. And it makes sure that we get the depth right. So all the stone and dirt inside there has to meet the height of those stakes or be lower. So that's what we're working on, digging that out.
And then this one here.
We're working on putting rebar in now. We're doing it in the wood frames using these little gadgets called chairs to rest them all on. Kurt's wiring them to it to hold it in place so that when we pour the concrete, it'll be strengthened by these rods being in the middle. Hey, so someone asked me, what are you going to do with all that water you had in the corner there? Well, our plan was, and is, we dug a trench to give the water another route to go outside the house. We dug down into the mud to get down to the heavy level of clay, which is where the water is resting on and seeping out of. So then we brought in number 11 rock and we put that in and compacted it in. Then we, in our footers are standardly 18 inches. We're making ours 24. We want a nice firm foundation. But in that section, we're making them 48 so that it gives it a nice wide berth, makes it really hard to sink when you've got that much concrete that it's resting on. The other good news is it's on the corner of our garage, so there's only one story there, the story of the garage, and so there isn't nearly the amount of weight resting on that corner that there are in other areas of the house. So we have then the formadrain foundation footings, which is going to allow the water to run through those footings out to the lake. We'll have a pipe that'll drain there, and then we're also going to add drain around that will direct all the water out to the lake. So it'll keep it out of our basement and it'll keep it out on the lake where we think water should be, right?